I'm gonna have to put out another hot take. I think Overwatch 2 is a fun game. Now hold up. Wait a minute. Hold up, wait a minute. I think it is a fun game. I think it is also a good game. What I think it's not is what they actually promised. You know? And Overwatch 2 is Overwatch 1. Overwatch 1 was a good game. I don't play it anymore. You know why I don't play it? Because they promised there'll be a PvE mode, and there is not a PvE mode. And rightfully so, they're not being treated very, very well. I think the reaction to Overwatch 2, like, I think clearly, obviously people are overreacting to Overwatch 2, but I think that's perfectly fine. I think it is a very, very good indicator of just how burnt people feel. Like, obviously, let's be honest. 85,000 user reviews, 9 of which are positive, and I assume the positive ones are also memes. Like, let's be honest. Most of these people have never played the game, but it doesn't matter. I think the game is perfectly fine. Like, I played Overwatch when it came out. I had so much fun. I think Overwatch is a great game. But then it just, like they went to 5v5, which was already like, why are we doing this? And then obviously the PvE stuff happened, and they never made it. I mean, I've been following everything to do with Blizzard for a very, very long time. So I've been up in the lore this entire time, and I fully expected this. I honestly, I think the reason why this happened, right, is because of the lawsuit, of the merger with Microsoft. I think Overwatch might have been something that they agreed to put on Steam as a show of good faith, right? Because obviously the Microsoft acquisition was blocked because Blizzard is very, very big, and Microsoft is very, very big. So as a show of good faith that they won't be limiting their game to a certain platform, they put it on Steam. And I think every single person on Blizzard expected this to happen. I think everyone did. Have you seen the reviews already? Oh, yeah. 85,000. I know. I've been following the number go up. I saw it literally an hour after it was released, and it was already at a couple thousand, and obviously all were negative. So, you know, it's unfortunate, but I mean, what would you expect? You announce a second game, and you expect people to just forget about it when you don't release the second game, you know? And that's the thing, like, people, I kind of admire, which I guess is I kind of feel bad for them, you know? Because for me, I don't care about Overwatch anymore. Because, like, why would I care about Overwatch if Blizzard has sort of given up on it? It's the same thing that happened with Heroes of the Storm. Why would I care about Heroes of the Storm if they just gave up on it? I'm not gonna get mad. I'm definitely sad because I thought Overwatch was pretty cool. I liked the universe. I think the characters were cool. The setting was cool. The game was fun. But I mean, I don't know what happened. They just gave up. Blizzard hasn't had a good game since StarCraft 2. Oh, I disagree. I think all of Blizzard's games on a fundamental level are good games. I genuinely think so. Like, I think Diablo 4 is a good game. It's much better than Diablo 3 in my personal view. I think the problem is that they just don't have a lot of vision. They really lack vision. I also think Overwatch 1 was an excellent game when it came out. Overwatch 1 when it came out was absolutely incredible. It was bopping. It was so much fun. But they just don't have the vision anymore. I think so many of the visionaries have left, especially with all the controversy that happened. I'm not even going to call it controversy. Let's just call it what it is. Crime that happened there. You know, I think they've just lost vision in almost every single department, and that's the problem. As the same thing that happened with Overwatch is the same thing that has happened with WoW to an extent, is the same thing that has happened with Diablo to an extent. I think it's basically company-wide at this point. Which one was better, Diablo 2 or Diablo 4? Diablo 2, 100%. For me personally. Like, for me, Diablo 3 and Diablo 4 don't even... Diablo 3 especially, like, I've said this many times before. I really, really, really don't like Diablo 3. I think it's just... Like, calling it Diablo makes me sad. Because it's like a flashy, everything is just throwing numbers at you. Everything's flashing 5 million colors. And it's just not Diablo at all. And then Diablo 4 is sort of kind of back to its roots, but still not. And Diablo 2 is just an RPG. I just love Diablo 2 and 1 so much. Diablo 1 and 2 will always be my favorite Diablos probably, and it's probably never going to change. Like Diablo 4 even now, things like increasing mob density, right? This is like a small thing for me, you know? Increasing mob density, I am a enjoyer of increased mob density because clearly the game needs it. The game is more fun for it, right? Don't get me wrong, I think it's a good change and I think that they should have changed it and it's great. But I don't like it on a fundamental level. I don't want there to be a bajillion mobs that I run in, slam, move on, slam a bajillion more mobs. I just don't like that sort of playstyle from a very, very fundamental RPG perspective. I think it's good for Diablo 4, but it's, like if I compare it to Diablo 2, that's not how I played Diablo 2 or 1, you know? So that's unfortunate. Diablo 3 is an arcade ARPG, exactly, and that's just what I don't like. I want an RPG that is slow and methodical. And that's exactly what Diablo 2 was. Like, even things like porting in and out of town, I know people really didn't like that in Diablo 2, because, I mean, let's be honest, it's not very fluid gameplay, right? Teleporting in and out of the fight to just constantly refill potions and then come back. But it's such an RPG thing that I still love it. Like, obviously, it's clunky, outdated gameplay, but I still love it. To me, that is an RPG. Doing wacky things to overcome a challenge. You know? Instead of just like running around, number, go up, go brrr. And you know, and things like level scaling in Diablo 4 just remove the RPG vibe for me as well. There are lots of these things that I don't like in Diablo 4. But again, I would still say Diablo 4 is a good game. Say both can be true, you know. That's why you run past mobs, spend your time playing the game, be trying to not playing the game. Exactly. And like, that's why I'm kind of... People keep telling me to check out Path of Exile, which I will do. I definitely will. But I know Path of Exile's endgame is also playing the game until you no longer have to play the game. And that's not very RPG to me, you know? And that's, I think, why I've stayed away from the ARPG genre as a whole for the longest time. Because I am a RPG enjoyer. I like a lot of things that people think is bad gameplay. I like to do wacky things to overcome challenges that I probably shouldn't overcome just yet. I don't want to be OP, basically. It's weird. That's why I really love Valheim, right? Because in Valheim, I also did a bunch of sketchy things to beat bosses. Have you watched Upper Echelon's videos on Diablo 4? It's 3 weeks old, but points... oh yeah, I watched all of them. I watch Upper Echelon's videos all the time. Wait, no, hold on. Upper Echelon... Am I mixing people up? Upper Echelon... Actually, no, I might not have. I completely mixed people up. Hold on. Upper Echelon, Diablo 4. I watched the Actman's videos on, Oh yeah, I haven't seen this one. I watched all the Actman videos on it. Should I watch it? Is it good? It's called Just Play Path of Exile. So, I can kind of get the idea from it.